Michael Jordan have done in this era?
Oh, he would have killed. He would have killed. But a lot of guys would have killed in this era because it's a different game. Defensively, it's different.
My opinion, I hope we see a level of toughness with the game coming back, and I hope he calls everybody out.
Well,
I hope he calls everybody out.
You're saying LeBron may have hurt the league.
I appreciate watching a guy like LeBron because night in and night out, he plays the game the right way. He's not the greatest scorer that we've ever seen.
When it comes to the greatest of all-time conversation in basketball, the names Michael Jordan and LeBron James dominate the debate. This discussion takes on even more weight when voices like StephenASmith, ScottiePippen, and PatrickBetDavid enter the mix. These three bring different perspectives shaped by their own experiences, whether it is first-hand battles on the court, years of media analysis, or a combination of both. Today, we break down their conversation into 6 key quotes that not only highlight their opinions, but also reveal deeper truths about the sport's evolution, the difference in eras, and the lasting legacy of the game's biggest stars. This is not just about comparing statistics or championships. It is about dissecting the values of different eras, understanding how the game's style affects perception, and recognizing what makes a player truly transcend time. By the end of this breakdown, one truth will stand clear. For many, Michael Jordan will always remain on top, and no amount of debate can erase that. StephenASmith and ScottiePippen open with a statement about how Michael Jordan would have dominated in today's NBA. They stress that if Jordan played in this era, he would have been lethal, but they also acknowledge that many other greats could thrive as well because the game is different defensively now. The physical style of the past has shifted into a game that prioritizes spacing, shooting, and pace. In their view, the defensive rules of today give elite offensive players more breathing room, allowing their scoring talents to flourish even more than in the heavily physical 80s and 90s. This comment sets the tone for the discussion by placing Jordan's skill set into a modern context. The acknowledgement that a lot of guys would kill in this era does not diminish Jordan's dominance. Instead, it shows an understanding that different generations face different challenges. Defenders today cannot use hand-checking or constant body contact like they could in Jordan's era. That means a player with Jordan's footwork, mid-range game, and killer instinct would be nearly unstoppable against less physically imposing defense. From Scottie's perspective, this comparison is rooted in first-hand knowledge. He knows exactly what it took for Jordan to score at will against tough 90s defenses. To imagine Jordan with more freedom to attack and fewer restrictions against defenders makes the argument that his numbers could have been even more outrageous in today's game. Stephen's agreement reinforces that belief. However, both also leave room to credit other legends who might similarly benefit from these changes, which shows a balanced respect for the evolution of basketball rather than romanticizing only one era. This first section highlights a crucial point in the GOAT debate: context matters. A player's dominance is partly defined by the environment they play in. Understanding how Jordan's skill set would adapt and possibly improve under modern conditions reinforces his status, while also showing that greatness can transcend eras.
What would Michael Jordan have done in this era?
Oh, he would have killed. He would have killed. But a lot of guys would have killed in this era because it's a different game. Defensively, it's different.
ScottiePippen follows up by emphasizing that LeBron James is not fundamentally different as a player, but benefits from having more opportunities in the modern game. Scottie points out that LeBron is always the leader of his team and does not have a teammate who surpasses him in skill or stature. This subtly contrasts LeBron's situation with Jordan's time, where the dynamic duo of Jordan and Pippen meant there was another Hall of Fame level presence on the floor who could take over games. What Scottie is getting at here is the concept of role and responsibility. In LeBron's career, he has almost always been the clear centerpiece, dictating the offense, setting the pace, and making the critical decisions. Jordan, while still the ultimate leader, had the advantage of playing alongside one of the greatest two-way forwards in history, Pippen himself. That allowed Jordan moments where the offensive load could be slightly eased, though his competitive nature often kept him in full attack mode.
He's not much different. He's not. He has more opportunities, and he's the leader. He don't have a guy that is better than him on the court.
StephenASmith jumps in with a passionate reminder of Jordan's perfect NBA Finals record. He emphasizes that Jordan never lost in the finals and never even allowed a series to go to a 7th game. This is Stephen's way of shutting down the notion that LeBron and Jordan can be placed on the same level in terms of career achievement under pressure. He even questions Scottie directly, asking why he talks about Jordan as though LeBron belongs in the same sentence. This line of reasoning is classic Stephen A, leaning heavily on the championship narrative. For him, the finals are the ultimate measuring stick. It is not just about winning titles, it is about the manner in which you win them. Jordan's 6 championships came without a single finals defeat and without needing a decisive Game 7 to clinch them. That level of dominance is rare in sports and forms the foundation of Stephen's argument for Jordan's unshakable GOAT status. By confronting Scottie, Stephen is also defending the sanctity of Jordan's legacy against what he perceives as over-comparison. He views placing LeBron alongside Jordan as premature or even disrespectful when the finals record is so lopsided in Jordan's favor. While LeBron's 4 4-6 finals record includes remarkable achievements and consistency in reaching the championship stage, Stephen believes the ultimate goal is perfection, and in that category, Jordan reigns supreme.
Talk about a 6-time champion who's never, ever lost an NBA Finals, who, by the way, never even allowed a series to go 7 games. You were right there. How is it that you talk about Michael Jordan like LeBron James is in the same sentence as him? Why do you do that?
This insight from Scottie is valuable because it brings a sense of balance to the conversation. While the Jordan versus LeBron debate can easily turn into a polarized argument, Scottie's words show that it is possible to admire both players for what they bring to the table. LeBron's dedication to playing the right way, making the extra pass, involving his teammates, and showing commitment on both ends of the court is a hallmark of his career. It is this professionalism that has kept him at an elite level for 2 decades. The second part of Scottie's point is where the comparison naturally shifts toward Jordan. By saying LeBron is not the greatest scorer, Scottie leaves room for the idea that Jordan still holds that crown. Jordan's career average of 30.1 points per game remains the highest in NBA history, achieved in an era with more physical defenses and fewer 3-point opportunities. LeBron, on the other hand, has built his career on a more balanced offensive approach, combining scoring with elite playmaking and rebounding. Scottie's comments here remind us that being the GOAT is not solely about one category of excellence. LeBron's all-around dominance makes him unique, but Jordan's scoring prowess and killer instinct in the clutch are unmatched. For viewers and fans, Scottie's measured approach provides a blueprint for appreciating basketball greatness without diminishing one player to elevate another. In the broader scope of this debate, this section serves as a moment of respect for the game itself. It suggests that while comparisons are inevitable, the opportunity to witness a player like LeBron James, just as it was to witness Michael Jordan, is something fans should value while it lasts. Both men have given basketball moments that will be remembered for generations, even if only one of them sits atop the all-time mountain in the eyes of most.
I appreciate watching a guy like LeBron because night in and night out, he plays the game the right way. He's not the greatest scorer that we've ever seen.
StephenASmith and PatrickBetDavid bring the conversation into a slightly different territory by discussing toughness and its place in the modern NBA. They express hope that the league will bring back a level of toughness reminiscent of past eras. Patrick even mentions the idea that LeBron may have hurt the league, which is a bold statement that demands deeper examination. Stephen and Patrick's hope for toughness returning is really a call for balance. They want the skill and speed of today combined with the grit and durability of the past. The mention that LeBron may have hurt the league is less about him as an individual and more about what he represents in terms of player empowerment, team hopping, and a less confrontational era of competition. In their eyes, the rivalries and grudges that fueled the intensity of Jordan's era are less common now, and that has softened the edge of the game. The discussion from Stephen and Patrick in this section underlines that the greatness conversation is not just about skill. It is also about the competitive environment that shapes a player's legacy. If toughness were restored to the modern game, we might see certain stars shine even brighter, and for many, Jordan would remain the ultimate example of thriving under those conditions.
My opinion, I hope we see a level of toughness with the game coming back, and I hope he calls everybody out.
Well,
I hope he calls everybody out.
You're saying LeBron may have hurt the league.
StephenASmith closes with a direct insight into Michael Jordan's personality, describing him as brutally honest. This is more than just a character note. It is a defining trait that shaped Jordan's career and leadership style. Jordan's bluntness, whether in the locker room, in practice, or in front of the media, was part of what made him such an effective competitor. He demanded the best from himself and those around him, and he was unafraid to tell teammates when they were not meeting his standards. Stephen's observation here also touches on why Jordan's leadership style might not be as common in today's NBA. Modern stars often have to balance their leadership with considerations about team chemistry, social media perception, and maintaining relationships in an era of frequent player movement. The kind of brutally honest approach Jordan took could be seen as too harsh in today's climate, where softer communication styles are more common. By highlighting this aspect of Jordan's personality, Stephen is reinforcing the idea that greatness is not only about physical talent or statistical achievement. It is about the mindset and the willingness to do whatever it takes to win. Jordan's honesty was an extension of his competitiveness, and it helped set a standard that others, even those who could match his physical abilities, have struggled to replicate.
Let me tell you something about Michael Jordan. He's going to be brutally honest.
In the end, the GOAT conversation is as much about intangible qualities as it is about stats and accolades. Jordan's combination of relentless competitiveness, unshakable confidence, and ability to deliver in the biggest moments has kept him at the top of this debate for decades. LeBron has earned his place in the conversation, and his career will be celebrated for generations. But as far as the summit of basketball greatness goes, Michael Jordan still stands alone.